Welcome, everyone, to a special edition of Nick&Knarf, two brothers in Tucson, bringing you music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And today we're paying a special tribute to an icon in North American, iconic rock history.
And it's Canadian music history.
That's right. Gordon Lightfoot, but North American. That's why I said that, because Frank and I recently saw Gordon Lightfoot in concert a few years back, and he was still his wonderful, calm, enlightening, and beautifully talented music. We just loved it. And Gordon Lightfoot, of course, has been around since the early 60s.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the few artists. I was just looking at his discography. He's been recording for 7 decades. Oh. 7 decades, okay? I got to tell you a little bit about his history. What a tragic loss, dying at the age of 84, almost 85. He'll be 85 in November. Born in Orillia, Ontario, Canada. 7 decades of music. Listen to his awards. 4 ASCAP awards for songwriting, 16 Juno awards. He was nominated for 5 Grammys. Apparently never won a Grammy.
I find that hard to believe.
I find it hard to believe, too. He was inducted in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame in 1986. 21 studio albums, 3 live albums, 19 compilation albums, 50 singles, 6 music videos, and then 5 video albums and documentary series. The most recent documentary, if you haven't seen it, you've got to check it out. It's called If You Could Read My Mind. It's got great interviews with Gordon going through Toronto, going through his history, great old footage and everything. It's an amazing documentary. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's called If You Could Read My Mind. Anyway, he died last night, May 1st, in Toronto, Canada, of natural causes. A tremendous icon, an artist, a giant of Canadian music and of all, like Nick said, North American and global music. Written so many songs, admired by so many people.
And if you read that documentary that Frank just mentioned, it's going to tell you so many different artists that he played with, backed up, played alongside, did albums with. I mean, he's just so well revered and respected in the music industry.
Absolutely. And we are going to we're going to try to do 4 songs. I'm assuming we'll be able to get them all up. You know, I don't know how, from video to video, we never know who's going to allow us to use their work or not. I'm hopeful if you're seeing this, obviously we got it through, but we want to do 4 terrific songs. I mean, how do you pick? There's so many great ones. Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, Canadian Railroad Trilogy. That's what you get for Lovin Me. So many amazing songs. I mean, And so we want to do songs that are extra special to us. I know we might disappoint some of you who say, oh, why didn't you play that? Or why didn't you play that? But these are songs that have a lot of meaning for us, and we hope will reflect a lot of the range of the great Gordon Lightfoot's memorable music over his 7 decades of recording. Anyhow, if you like what you hear too, hate to do a commercial on a day like this, but if you enjoy what we're going to do today and you haven't subscribed, we invite you, please subscribe, like, and share, because we care for your ears. We try to play great music from across the many, many decades of music, and we hope you'd love to be a part of the tribe.
And we can't wait to hear you guys' comments, too.
Tell us your Gordon experience, when you first discovered Gordon Lightfoot, you saw him in concert, if you're lucky enough to see him like we were, what songs are important to you. And I want to shout out to our friend Clark, who reached out and asked us to do a tribute video. Thank you, Clark.
Yes, Clark. Thanks, buddy.
We may not be playing the songs you asked for, Clark, but it's our tribute to Gordon. I'm sure you're going to love it. If you're a Gordon fan, you're going to love it. So let's get into it with a great selection of songs. And we're going to start with Nick's favorites. Well, actually, no, we decided to change it, right? Okay. We're going to start with a song that is powerful and important to us here in Arizona, because he wrote it after a concert in Phoenix about a little highway that stretches in central Arizona outside of Phoenix. It cuts across into a little town called Carefree. We have a friend who lives on the northern end of Scottsdale, which is right next to the town of Carefree.
Yeah.
This song made this town famous, and so did a TV show with Dick Van Dyke. After the original Dick Van Dyke show went off the air, he did a second situation comedy. I know you remember this, but it was located, situation in Carefree, Arizona. It's a lovely, gorgeous town in the desert. But
when I was a medical rep, that was part of my territory. So I would drive there, Carefree Highway, all the time.
But this one is he made it so iconic with a song of a love affair he had one night with a woman. And he took the road out there and he ran away on the highway. And here it is from the album Sundown from 1974. It's Carefree Highway.
Picking up the pieces of my sweet shattered dream, I wonder how the old folks are tonight. Her name was Anne, and I'll be damned if I recall her face. She left me not knowing what to do. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, seen better days, the morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Turning back the pages to the times I love best, I wonder if she'll ever do the same. Now the thing that I call living is just being satisfied with knowing I got no one left to blame. Carefree highway, I got to see you, my old flame. Carefree highway, seen better days, the morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Searching through the fragments of my dream-shattered sleep, I wonder if the years have closed her mind. I guess it must be wanderlust or trying to get free from the good old faithful feeling we once knew. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, seen the better days, the morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, I got to see you, my old flame. Carefree highway, seen better days, the morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you.
Wonderful.
Great song. I mean, the master of making simple sound complex and complex sound simple.
The voice of the road, the voice of the traveling bard, the minstrel, the man of experience who travels the world and encounters people and has these experiences and sings of all of his experiences everywhere, whether it's out in nature, in a concert, in a city, in the country, inside his own heart and mind, the great Gordon Lightfoot. What did you think of Carefree Highway? Let us know. It's a great, great song. Now, we are going to play, Nick said this is his favorite Gordon Lightfoot song. So we are trying to play the songs that have, like I said, special impact for us. This one is a song that was a hit on the radio, but it kind of got, it was played for a while. It was pretty famous for a long time. And it isn't even on like his Gordon's Greatest Hits, but it is off his album from the early 70s, Summer... A Summer Side of Life. This is Nick's favorite, and Gordon Lightfoot at his best as always in his great songs. This is
phenomenal.
Talking in Your Sleep. Yep. Here we go.
I heard you talking in your sleep. Is there anything that I can do? I don't believe we've had a word all day about anything at all. I heard you talking in the night. That's right, yes, I heard you call. Though I could hardly hear the name you spoke. It's a name I don't recall. I heard you softly whisper. I reached out to hold you near me. Then from your lips there came that secret I was not supposed to know.
Oh, so good.
I heard you talking in your sleep. Is there anything that I can say? I don't believe we've had a word all day about anything at all.
Voices in the background. So soft.
I heard you softly whisper. I reached out to hold you near me. Then from your lips there came that secret I was not supposed to know. I heard you talking in your sleep. Is there anything that I can do? I don't believe we've had a word all day about anything at all. I heard you talking in the night. That's right, yes, I heard you call. Though I could hardly hear the name you spoke. It's a name I don't recall.
Definitely one of those nightmarish type of songs where, the woman is mentioning a name of someone else while you're sitting there embracing her. Reminds me a lot, too, of The Boxer, the music in The Boxer.
Yeah, it does
one of
have
my
that
other
guitar work from
all-time
The Boxer.
favorite songs by Simon and Garfunkel. But didn't he sing it so beautifully? I mean, played it so beautifully. And the background vocals were really cool.
It's amazing how his melodies, as simple as they are just so lush and layered, and he can turn the simplest song line into some miraculously multifaceted jewel. And then the subtle little layering of those voices, I don't think I really noticed those voices, those men voices in the background before going, and it's really soft, and then the harmonies come forward. But man, he is the master of the love ballad. I mean, here, that was the thing. What songs? I mean, what are they? I mean, you've got so many songs to choose from with Gordon. I mean, if we really want to present it, I mean, should we take one from from a few albums? Should we take a song about this and a song about a different subject? A song, the thing is, these are the ones that just really touched our hearts and left and I mean, I admire all the other kinds of songs that he's created, but his love songs are so incredibly powerful.
And
just incredibly
he's
powerful.
so different, yet you feel like He's always been part of your family. You know, his voice is so unique, so just endearing, so drawing.
And they're powerful because his experiences in romance are deep, conflicted. He had some, obviously, marital issues sometimes and a bunch of stuff. And he admitted it, that a lot of times he wasn't the best husband because he was, the temptations of the road and travel and meeting people and people, adulation and everything. It's just a reminder. You got to see the documentary. He explains so much of it.
And then if you watch some earlier videos of him as well, he's such a good storyteller. He'll tell stories or snippets about his life and how he had written a certain song or whatever. And he's just so good at storytelling.
He's a storyteller. He's a poet and a storyteller, and he knows how to convert it into a song that becomes accessible to other people, explaining. Wow. Touching different parts of his own heart to share with other people. That was his brilliance and genius. Anyway, what did you think of Talking in Your Sleep?
I love that song.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Now, this next one is one of my top 5 favorite all time.
Me too.
Nick liked it too. Nick said, well, let's do something. I said, I've got to do this one. This is one of my absolute favorite Gordon Lightfoot songs off of the album Don Quixote. This is the tremendous song, Beautiful, from 1972's album. It's beautiful because the song is beautiful. Here it is, Gordon Lightfoot and Beautiful.
Just, that doesn't get you, nothing will. Just that opening.
At times I just don't know how you could be anything but beautiful. Think that I was made for you, and you were made for me. And I know that I won't ever change. We've been friends through rain or shine, such a long, long time. Laughing eyes and smiling face, it seems so lucky just to have the right, telling you with all my might, you're beautiful tonight.
Getting goosebumps just listening to this song.
Me too.
And I know that you will never stray, 'cause you've been that way from day to day for such a long, long time.
The timing when he comes in there always throws me.
And when you hold me tight, how could life be anything but beautiful? Think that I was made for you, and you were made for me. And I know that I will never change. We've been friends, through rain or shine, such a long, long time.
That bass line in there is so beautiful too.
Soft violins add so much.
Well, I
love this change right here too.
It means so much to me to be the one who's telling you, I'm telling you that you're beautiful.
Ooh. Man, Gordon, nobody could do it like Gordon. I tell you, this song, I was sitting there thinking, If I Fell, by the Beatles. A few other songs that are just they are the epitome of love songs. This is at the top.
God, the guitar work, the delicacy, that lovely second chord he goes to, that's kind of a minor, and then that ending part where he takes the song in another direction after he's been playing that same line for two stanzas, and then the lovely violin just so soft in the background, painfully like squeezing every feeling out of the whole atmosphere of the song. It's just miraculous.
The bass line, that little bit of a synthesizer or whatever that came in at one point.
I'm not sure what I mean, but he kept the instrumentation so simple,
and
but
he sings
so elegant.
it so beautifully. And when he comes in with that weird little bit of timing, you think he's going to come in about just a half of a step earlier, and he doesn't. He waits a little.
And the
longer.
way he holds that note, you mean so much to me. And he tremolos. It's like it's trembling with emotion and feeling. God, what a
beautiful,
friggin' gorgeous song.
What are we doing now?
Okay, well, we got one more song we're going to do. I tell you, if I could, we'd play an hour of Gordon Lightfoot. I'd put on all of his greatest stuff. We've been enjoying this, but I don't know how many of these songs, they'll allow us to use or whatever. I'm just hopeful that, that what we're doing is you're loving it and remembering the great Gordon Lightfoot. And if you've never heard so many of these other albums, go check them out. 21 amazing albums. And I picked this song because I came to this song very late. It's from a 1993 album called Waiting for You. And it, to me, embodies a lot of the spirit, the Canadian spirit, the wilderness spirit of Gordon Lightfoot, the man of nature, the man of out of the wilderness.
He liked to hunt. That's right. He liked to hunt and
late
fish.
in
That's
life,
right.
he discovered, remember, he'd go on canoeing trips. Yeah. He was always a city. He enjoyed kind of staying in the city. He was always scared of the wilderness. But if you watch that documentary, it has a whole section there about 3/4 of the way through where he started taking canoe trips deep into the Canadian wilderness. And it became cathartic and mystical and spiritual experience for him, especially after he was trying to overcome his alcoholism, which he was having a terrible trouble with alcohol.
Really bad.
And so he found that this was a way of him saving himself from himself. And this song is just remarkable. You got to hear the lyrics. I'm going to put the lyrics up at the bottom of our page. At the bottom, you can see it in the body underneath the video here, because this song epitomizes. I can see Gordon's spirit floating across Canada to this song as he leaves this earth and says goodbye to the place he loves so much. Anyway, and it's pretty much who his spirit has always been. The title of the song is him. He never settled staying in one place. He always kept moving on because, like the song title, he was restless. Gordon Lightfoot.
There's a kind of a restless feeling, and it pulls me from within. It sets my senses reeling, and my wheels begin to spin. In the quietude of winter, you can hear the wild geese cry. And I will always love that sound until the day I die. There's a plain and a simple answer to each and every quest. From every quiet dancer might be a special guest in a movie made for TV or a late night interview. You might even find them on The Young and the Restless too. Do you get that restless feeling when you hear a whistle blast, like an echo from the past of an old engine flying down a road that's sign cast?
Great chords.
The lake is blue, the sky is gray, the leaves have turned to gold. The wild goose will be on her way, the weather's much too cold. When the muskie and the old trout too have all gone down to rest, we will be returning to the things that we love best. Do you get that restless yearning when you think about your dad and the scrimshaw that he had of an old schooner roving beneath the sky that's ironclad.
I love that chord.
That little woodpecker sound, isn't that neat? Small touch, so cool.
There's a kind of a restless feeling and it catches you off guard as we gaze off in the distance through the trees in my backyard. I can feel the restless yearning of those geese as off they roam, and trade that for a warm bed in a place I can call home. Will you get that restless yearning when you hear the wicked blast of a specter from the past, of a cold diesel rolling down a road that's built to last? Still I get that restless feeling when I hear a whistle blast, see an image from the past of an old schooner flying down the sky that's overcast.
Such great poetry.
That the power of his voice, it's much older there, right? In the early 90s, it's got that weathered, earthy sound, not tired, but kind of a soul that's been journeying through a lifetime of experience. And there he's trapped in a moment out in nature, and he's called to these sounds and memories of his father. Scrimshaw is etching in ivory, and his father did that. And how about a schooner? I mean, it's the song of the wanderer, the wayfarer, the man. And his songs about the Canadian Railroad, the idea, the magic and miracle of the mystery of traveling by rail and going places where other eyes haven't seen, where the trains go. And just this sense of wanting to move life ever forward, and yet thinking of the past that powers the memories that move us forward.
And the comedic side of this is like, I envision him singing with his teeth clenched. He's the only man who could sing perfect words with his teeth clenched. Hello, I saw you walking down the road. It's like, he doesn't open his mouth, and yet the beauty of the sound that he makes with that unique voice that. He reminds me of the female Lena Horne. Remember when I used to watch Lena Horne, I'd say, does she ever open her mouth? Express. He didn't need to do that because he was able to sing from his diaphragm and just get those words out beautifully. But the beautiful picture he painted in this song was phenomenal. It really was great.
It really, for me, felt apropos to end our show with that song because to me, it's his spirit, ever restless, moving forward. His soul, the great eternal wanderer who stopped on his many journeys through this earth, capturing the things that powered his spirit, his creative power, his desire to share the beauty, the pain, all the wonderful experience of an existence, of a life lived hard, lived fully, lived richly, and as a gift to all of us, this tremendous life. If you guys get a chance, one of the great videos of him, Nick and I watch, I got it a while back. You got to see it live in Reno in 2000. This is one of his last long concert videos where he's at his power still.
He was really good.
He was still great. And he was obviously in his 60s
Early 60s
something, with still full voice and power. And what a performer. What a show. You got to check that out.
Didn't miss a note. I mean, nothing sounded, and everything was so studio-like. You could tell he didn't want the musicians doing anything that was different than the original recording. And, we were talking about this song too, the synopsis of his life. He went from, it was all about satisfying my senses in a way. He was into drinking. He was into women. He'll tell you, But here it was like appreciating the creation of it all.
Yep.
I mean, he talks about the overcast clouds. I love when he said that the diesel traveling down a road that's going to last.
That's going to last. And
I love
iron
that.
cast. I mean, it's just got a powerful imagery and metaphor. It's just, to me, symbolic of the essence of the soul of Gordon Lightfoot. And Gordon, you are gone, but you will never be forgotten. We are so grateful for the tremendous gift and the legacy you left everyone, not only in your native Canada, who loved you like you were like a patron saint in a lot of ways in Canada. Your admirer will never be forgotten, but the rest of the world love you as much as your native Canadians do. And we thank you, Gordon, for a great life, for a great legacy, and we appreciate everything you gave to us with your magic, your gift, and the grace of your words and your music.
The great Gordon Lightfoot.
May he rest in peace. And remember, please, before we go, if you like what you heard, please subscribe, like, and share. Tell your friends about Nick&Knarf. Hit the like icon for us. Hit the notification bell when you subscribe. And to all our other subscribers, thank you so much for all your support. And Clark, thank you for reaching out to us and letting us know about Gordon. I just found out this morning, and we wanted to run to make a special tribute. And we thank you for that encouragement. So from Nick&Knarf, rest in peace, Gordon. We love you, and we love you guys too.
Signing off. Take
Ciao,
care, guys.
Bambini. Peace
Ciao.
out. Bye-bye.